Hello and welcome to a new edition of Africa Today, where we get you the latest news and events taking place on the African scene. And we will start off with our major top stories and reports. Cairo and Khartoum called for international mediation to reach legally binding agreement on the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. This came during a visit by Sudan's foreign minister to Egypt on Tuesday. We have more details in the following report.
Cairo and Khartoum called for a quartet committee composed of the United Nations, African Union, European Union and the US to mediate between the three African capitals over the filling and operation of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Cairo and Khartoum called for international mediation on Tuesday to reach a legally binding agreement with Ethiopia on the filling and operation of the dam. In a press conference in Cairo following their talks, Sameh Shoukry said Cairo supports Khartoum's quartet proposal. In the joint press conference, Sudanese Foreign Minister Mariam Sadiq al-Mahdi called on Ethiopia to show goodwill and resume talks over the dam. Last week, Khartoum proposed the quartet's suggestion to a delegation from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the current chair of the African Union. Shoukry and al-Mahdi also expressed their concern about how the talks between the three sides under the auspices of the AU stalled, warning that the water security of both Egypt and Sudan will be in danger if Ethiopia goes on with the second filling. Ethiopian officials have already announced that the second filling of the dam will take place next July. The Sudanese minister said the second filling of the dam endangers the lives of 20 million Sudanese citizens. Al-Mahdi stated that both Cairo and Khartoum are committed to reaching a legally binding agreement on the filling and operation of the dam before the second filling. Last year, Ethiopia finished the first filling without the approval of Egypt and Sudan. Shoukry stressed on the role Cairo is playing to help reach a fair and equitable agreement for all stakeholders, adding that an agreement on the dam is the only way to achieve the interests of the three peoples. Ethiopia must show goodwill to participate in the negotiations, Shoukry explained, stressing that it is not possible to sustain endless negotiations. The AU, US and EU, as well as the World Bank, participated in previous rounds of talks as observers. On Tuesday, the EU stated that it was ready to help and play a bigger role concerning the talks on the condition that all parties involved agreed to it. On Sunday, U.S. State Department spokesman Ned Price said in a press briefing that the U.S. continues to support collaborative and constructive efforts by Addis Ababa, Cairo and Khartoum to reach the agreement. This is the first visit for Sudanese Minister al-Mahdi to Cairo after being appointed as a foreign minister in Sudan in February. Al-Mahdi is already participating in the periodic foreign ministers' meetings of the Arab League being held in Cairo from the 1st to the 3rd of March.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and still with our special reports. The visit by Sudan's foreign minister to Cairo coincides with the visit of Egyptian Chief of Staff of the Egyptian Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Mohammed Farid, to Khartoum. He is heading a high-ranking military delegation to the 7th meeting at the Egyptian-Sudanese Military Committee in Khartoum. We have more details in the following report.
On Tuesday, Khartoum and Cairo signed a military cooperation agreement following the visit of Egyptian Army Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Mohammed Farid to the Sudanese capital Khartoum. Farid stressed that Cairo seeks to consolidate ties and relations with Sudan in all fields, especially military and security fields, adding that solidarity is a strategic approach imposed by the regional and international environment. Farid said that Khartoum and Cairo face common challenges as well as national security threats. He expressed Cairo's readiness to meet all Sudan's military-related requests, calling this level of military cooperation with Sudan unprecedented. Farid's Sudanese counterpart, Lieutenant General Mohammed Osman al-Hussein, said that the aim of the agreement is to achieve national security for the two sides and to build armed forces full of experience and knowledge. Hussein thanked Cairo for standing by Sudan during difficult times.
Welcome back, and still with our special reports. The U.S. government has issued a statement urging Eritrea and Ethiopia to immediately withdraw their deployed forces from the war-torn Tigray region. This comes days after Amnesty International reported that hundreds of people were massacred by the Eritrean troops in the historic city of Aksum. More details in this report.
The US government has urged Eritrea and Ethiopia to immediately withdraw their deployed forces from the war-torn Tigray region. In a statement issued over the weekend, the US State Department said that it is gravely concerned over reported atrocities and the overall deteriorating situation in the northern Tigray region bordering Eritrea. US Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken said Washington strongly condemns the killings, forced removals and displacements, assaults and other extremely serious human rights violations and abuses by several parties that multiple organizations have reported in Tigray. This came days after Amnesty International reported that hundreds of massacred by Eritrean troops in the historic city of Aksum. The statement said the withdrawal of Eritrean and Amhara forces from Tigray is a significant step forward toward normalizing the worrying situation in the region. It also urged all parties to refrain from using force and exercise maximum restraint in a bid to allow humanitarian access to millions of people who are in desperate need. Since the Tigray conflict broke out in early November, Asmara and Addis Ababa have repeatedly denied involvement of Eritrean forces in the ongoing war. However, officials from Tigray's interim government last week reportedly admitted that Eritrean forces' presence was undeniable. The Ethiopian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, however, has criticized the report as incomplete and inaccurate. Similarly, Eritrea has downplayed the rights group's reports.
Welcome back, dear viewers. And the Arab League is currently holding its 155th regular round at foreign ministers level to discuss the latest regional developments and the Palestinian cause and other files, including current challenges facing the Arab nation. While addressing the gathering, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry said today's meeting is held amid current challenges, including corona pandemic outbreak. Shoukry asserted Egypt's keenness to put Palestinian cause on top of the priorities of the international community and to reach a political solution for Libya's crisis according to international laws. The foreign minister also confirmed the rejection on Turkey's intervention in the Libyan territories and added that the political solution for the Syrian crisis should be reached according to the UN resolutions. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry also expressed appreciation for the Arab supportive stance towards Egypt and Sudan in the Ethiopian dam negotiations. Earlier, the Arab foreign ministers held a close consultative session with the participation of Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Ghait, in which they discussed the scheduled topics that will be tackled during the regular round meeting. The ministers asserted progress achieved in the peace file during the past period on different aspects and called for the continuation of unifying efforts to create a suitable environment for negotiations between Palestinians and Israelis. The meeting also is discussing the files during the upcoming Arab Summit that will be addressed during the upcoming Arab Summit in its 31st round, which will be held in Algeria rather. Well, dear viewers, and we will be updating you on the Arab League 155th regular round that convened today at foreign ministers level. We'll be back on top of the hour with more news and updates. Stay tuned.